Okay, ready when you are.
All right, so basically, I wanted to talk about Fox Dittos
Yeah,
and most specifically like the ground game
yeah.
because I feel like one of like my worst parts of that matchup is the ground game because I feel
Mhm,
like I don't know what it is, but I feel like I'm not really sure how to like make my dash dance both threatening, but then also like be at a point where I can like be ready for them to like overshoot or something.
yeah.
And I feel
Um,
like I get caught by a lot of like I actually like will just put myself in the corner way too much with my dash dancing.
mhm.
And then I am in a spot where I either have to like be ready to get overshooted on or like go to platform and try to leave the corner.
Yeah,
And I just die for that because I get shined at the ledge and then sometimes you just die.
I agree. Are those all your thoughts, or
What's up?
are those all your thoughts, or?
Um for now, yes, but when I watch my own games back,
Mhm,
it's like I think um I just don't think my dash dance is like meaningful.
Well, when you're dash dancing, are you attempting to
Yeah.
like do something with it? Like, do you have an idea in mind that you want to accomplish?
Not usually. Usually I'm more like just dash dancing to try to bait.
Mhm.
But I feel like I'm never threatening something,
Yeah.
so there's never any actual bait coming out. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. I
and
agree.
there's one more like small thing is like I feel like when I do dash dance, I've talked about this before, but I try to punish too much on like first beat stuff.
Yeah.
So
I think
like in
that's
my
very bad.
games, yeah, like in my games against Breakfast that you were watching,
Mhm.
there's like a large majority of times where I'll just lose neutral because I try to whiff punish an aerial and then he'll spot dodge or buffer spot dodge and I just get hit for it.
Yeah. Uh,
Well, and obviously like the first beat thing can be fixed like not necessarily easily, but
I think as long as you have an idea of what types of options can come second, then I think you could end up. It should be a pretty easy fix once you like figure out the details. And I mean, we could go through it too. So,
yeah, I just feel like I lose to a lot of second beat options
hmm,
all the time because
yeah,
it's like the aerial full hop, aerial dash back, aerial shine, aerial spot dodge, and I'll
hmm,
just try to whiff punish the aerial and I'll either get hit, they'll dash back and I get hit, or they'll full hop over whatever I do and I get hit.
yeah. Uh, for what it's worth, if you continue dash dancing, I feel like generally there's like a good line of reaction for things that you can react to. So it's like,
Hmm.
you don't punish, them doing like a drill or something, and you want to keep waiting. Well, it's like if you keep dash dancing, the way that it works, if you set your dash dance timing up to where you'd be dashing forward, kind of when they'd be out of lag, then you could confirm if they spot dodge or not, and actually just grab it, and then
Hmm.
decide, keep. If they don't, you would just keep dash dancing, and you'd see shine or full hop or jump in any capacity. Then that would change the way that you react, and that's like those are all things that you can actively see. And
Hmm.
by dash dancing, you are available to actually punish all of those things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and I mean, obviously, you'll have to practice how to specifically dash dance in a way that will like provide you that. But generally, for the like second beat kind of action things, if you keep dash dancing, you can actually react and at least have the opportunity to play mix up,
Hmm.
which is at the end of the day all we really want, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Um, as for the stuff you said before about like your dash dance not being, you feel like you can't utilize it properly. I think it's just a matter of one thing I think is very important to preface all of this is if you want to do anything against Fox that is like proactive, you will have to put yourself in a spot where you could get hit.
Hmm.
Does that make sense? Because since he's also Fox, the places where you could hit him are also places where he could hit you.
Yeah, that does
Yes.
make sense.
So that's like the baseline that we kind of want to function through most of these spots with.
Hmm.
And you're gonna have to like put yourself in that spot, and then
Yeah.
there will generally be a lot of times where there's like a baseline level of respect because it's like if everyone just tried to hit the other guy when you're in like their threat range, it's kind of like devolve. So most of the
Hmm.
time, people kind of like are willing to play in that spot without being super
Yeah.
aggressive. That's kind of a
Yeah,
tangent, but yeah. What are
it's
you
fine.
gonna say?
I I think the other thing, I know you've talked to me about this before, but I do think when I get like somewhat close to the other fox, I just get too anxious to throw something out,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
and I'm
big
like,
thing. You have to
oh,
just like steel your heart and be like, I may get hit here, but I'll have good defense and I'm gonna do my thing. if I don't get hit in that time period, right? That's
Hmm.
like how you should process most like close range neutral interactions, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah. Back to dash dancing as a whole. I think dash dancing or ground game, I guess more specifically. I mean, if you feel like when you're dash dancing a lot, and you think they might be aggressive, I said this to Trent the other day, but using options like full hop or shield are like great ways to kind of like keep yourself in a spot without like being without having to like dash dance, right?
Hmm.
I think I explained it to Trent too about why shield's good, but Fox doesn't have any options that you know if Fox wants to hit shield, he has to be pretty close to you,
Yeah.
and like if he does hit your shield, you shot him out of shield most of the time, and guess what? That's a tech chase. Most of the time, people are looking for shines of the matchup, right? So you get one of your best openers. Um, and then like if he does, and then like obviously he can, grab your shield, but I think that if he were to grab your shield, you doing literally anything out of shield would beat that. Like
Yeah.
unironically, any decision it would beat that.
Hmm.
So that's like shield's really good because one thing beats it, and doing anything that isn't continue holding shield beats it pretty badly, right?
Yeah.
So I think that makes shield a really good option. As for full hop, I mean, with full hop, Fox doesn't really have like good space tools to like poke at a full hop. So a lot of the time, if he's gonna ever engage with it, he has to commit pretty hard. So by you
Yeah. I
like,
think you said you. Sorry.
no, 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 you can go, you can go.
I remember you saying something like, yeah, the only thing Fox can do to contest a full hop is like, I know like if they fade back, you can maybe like down tilt it when they're landing,
Yeah, but
or
that
you have
means
to
you're getting
run
hit by
up
your
smash.
forward, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Every time, every single link, there's every single variation of full hop that you hit, except for one, which is drift forward, no fast fall. You can get hit by something else.
Mhm.
Which is that's important to understand because it means that there is no point except for one, literally only one, where you're engaging with full hop where you aren't at risk of like getting hit by another thing. Which means that if you're doing that to the other guy, think about how good of a position that is, right?
Mhm.
Um, I think that's honestly all I have to say to preface all these things. We could watch and then more specifically kind of get into like what you could do on the ground and how to like play a ground game effectively and like
Mhm.
proactively.
Okay.
Did all that make sense too?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Okay. Let me know when you're in.
All right, I'm watching.
Okay, cool. You're White Fox. Okay. Oh, another thing about Fox Jump. Fox Short Hop from if you fast forward frame perfectly is 15 frames total, which means that you will see that he jumped by the time he touches the ground.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So, given that, interacting with his short hop is really, really, really inconsistent and generally a read more so than it is like you're reacting to anything. The only like
Okay.
scenario where you could like there's a few scenarios where you can see him jump and react and like hit him and get a true whiff punish, but they're pretty far and few between. So, given that information, I feel like that should kind of you should use that to like base your actions off of. And if it's like pretty difficult to actually get a real, or maybe even impossible a lot of the time to get a real whiff punish on his short hop, then maybe that means you shouldn't engage with it as much, right? Or you should like ignore it, which is a second beat kind of thing we were talking about.
Hmm.
But I just want to let you know that you have the information that like you can't even see his short hop before he lands. So that is like that's why you would decide not to like attack on the first beat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we see that happen here. This is good. Damn, he read you super hard. But I feel like I think that in spots like these where you like put yourself really far away from your opponent and you like know that you're outside of like your threat range, it's kind of important to like maybe not the most important, but I think it's valuable to every now and then wave dash down to like set up a spot to like play neutral from. Because I feel like what happens a lot of the time is people get to the point where they like go far away and they're playing neutral for a while and they're like, I want to make a decision, but I, more want positioning. They do stuff like this drift, like the drill forward, right?
Yeah.
But like when you do that, that is a clear thing that puts you in lag and also like puts you into their threat range, right? And so I think obviously it has value because it beats things like running forward. But if you like, instead of doing like, what's it called, this like drop drill, if you like wave dash down in this spot, you'd be right here. Look at the spacing. You're
Yeah.
close to center state. This is a pretty good spacing for you. And if he does like end up dashing forward, you could do anything. You could turn around up tilt. You could full hop. You could down tilt. You could forward tilt. You could, up smash, right? So
Hmm.
like you have all your options available that would beat him running forward, but you don't have to like put yourself in the threat range, which is now you're in it, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so using things like wave dash down in these spots where you want to like do something that puts you in a decent position when you're like already pretty far away, wave dash down's like a great idea. Um, yeah. Also, for what it's worth, you were actionable before he grabbed you, so maybe that's something to think about. Where it's like, if you feel like you might get hit, why not just like drill shine, right?
Hmm.
I think that it's really beating someone doing like aerial shine frame perfectly is like it is very difficult to beat.
Yeah.
So I think that's good to keep in mind.
Yeah. I think I tried a dash pack right there.
Yeah, you tried the dash back and he just grabbed you anyways because you weren't outside the range. Uh, this is pretty bad defense on up throw, honestly. I feel like there's almost no reason to like DI in here.
Yeah.
It's like, because the way it works is you can hold right for like an up smash or well, yeah, it's like you can hold right for an up smash or something, and then like realize that he didn't do an up smash, and then start holding left or something if you want to DI the plat out of grab, right?
Hmm.
So what ends up happening is you get up smashed, and then it goes pretty poorly. Because now this is like DIing on up smash. This is your literally your best opener at this percent, right?
Hmm.
So now it's looking pretty bad. Yep. Okay, well, bad combo by Trent. Yeah. Did you just miss a shield drop?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
think so.
did. Yeah, that makes sense. For what it's worth, defense against Fox is also really important because I'm sure you've played against characters like Sheik, where you play against one that doesn't have that good a defense and you just nair as fast as possible, and she just like crumbles, right?
Yep.
Fox
Yep.
does. I mean, Fox does the same thing to himself with bad defense, right?
I mean, yeah, Fox just puts characters in vortexes sometimes.
Yeah, and I know this doesn't seem like that big of a deal or whatever, because he's just like up airing your shield, but like literally, 100 out of 100 times, you should probably get a shield drop bear or shield drop shine here, right? Like this
Yeah.
shouldn't be like a position where you die off of it. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
I think it looks like it seems pretty like it's like, oh, I just missed a shield drop, but like you literally die. You can die here, so it's still like a pretty high value situation. I think that was a really bad recovery. Yeah, you could just like fast fall past sledge and then do shine turn around up B, or like fast fall past sledge and then do like shine turn around double jump sweet spot. Does that make sense? Instead of
Yeah.
side being, yeah. Honestly, watching this, I'm kind of surprised that you decided to full hop. I feel like if I were playing, I would have dashed forward and then like kind of seeing that he was close, and then just like seeing that he dashed back and just like wave dash down right here.
Hmm.
Because if you wave dash down right here, like the exact spot that you're standing, it went white. Okay, awesome. Um, if you like wave dash down right here, what ends up happening is if he does any drift, you don't get hit, so you're safe from him doing like whatever full hop shenanigans he does. And if he's dashing back, he's probably dashing back to like escape the corner, so he's respecting
Yeah.
your threat range too, which is exactly right here. This is also the edge of your threat range, and so
Hmm.
it's like if he's doing all those things, generally when you place yourself right here, you'd end up not getting hit by nearly anything, unless he's like explicitly reading you, which is okay. But
Yeah, like if
like,
he backers there, I get hit, right?
well, no, that's the thing. You don't. Well, if you like keep dashing forward, you do. But
Oh,
if you wave dash down, you actually don't get hit by anything,
oh,
right?
I thought the full hop would get hit by back air.
Yeah. No, 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 no. The full house. Or well, you if you were to back air, he'd be back airing right here. He wouldn't be back airing over like
Mm-hmm.
that late. You'd either be
Mm-hmm.
getting hit right here, or since you've dashed forward, you'd be getting hit over here. But if you wave dash down right here, anything you would end up doing would not actually hit you once you get to
Mm-hmm.
this spot. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you have this spot where he can hit you, and yeah, you have this spot over here where he can, but this is the area where he can't. Just because he'd either be cutting your ledge dash off right here, which is totally reasonable, or he'd like give you a bunch of space to like respect your threat range, but like do like a back air right here to stop you from dashing all the way forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he'd never attack this spot because this is the spot that gets hit by like ledge dash invincible air or up smash or something, right? Like if you
Yeah.
did ledge dash up smash, like you'd get an invincible one that hit around right here. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if I wave dash down there, I put myself in like a better spot to not necessarily like yeah, I guess necessarily react more.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, yeah. What makes the wave dash down good there is that it gives you it. You're you're safe from the various outcomes, given that you made it to that point, right?
Yeah.
Because technically going there is a risk, but once you get to that point, you are safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Were you in lockout? I think you were. No, it's hard to tell if you're in lockout, but you can tag shine in that position, and it would have mattered because you would have lived, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is something that I actually see a lot, and I do myself, but I think it's really important to be really good about, is in these positions where you're like, you realize someone's going to edge, you need to be really aware that there's the possibility of them going to edge and position yourself well initially. Because what ends up happening is you dash all the way over here, right? And now you're like, man, I'm so close, I'm not in a good position to deal with ledge dash, so you have to like be dashing back as he gets up, right? Which is
Yeah.
not what we want. We want to already be in the good spot, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So here, what I probably would have advised instead is once you like realize he's going, you could just keep dash dancing at this spot right here. Like you dash
Yeah.
forward, you dash back, and then you stay in this exact area right past the platform, and that's like a pretty good spot to be in. Um, or I mean, you could fully commit and then like see that he's going to ledge and do the thing where you run off double jump back air to like execution test the um ledge stall stuff, which I think is good to do too. Every now and then, not all the time. This grab was pretty bad too. I feel like you did the thing where you were in the defensive spot and still tried to make an aggressive decision. And does it make sense how like logically that like doesn't really make sense? Because if you're trying to defend yourself, you don't really get like you do not have enough options on the table to like make an aggressive decision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I feel like this grab like kind of didn't really make any sense because it's like you, you're trying to escape, and then I mean, obviously, he could have like done the exact thing you thought he was gonna do, and maybe done like run off platform, fast fall, dash forward. But I feel like you weren't really looking for that, right? But I'm not sure. Regardless, that kind of like idea where it's like super defensive thing and they're trying to be aggressive is like not good.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you do not have the like options available to make an aggressive decision out of defensive spots. But this was a good running, Sean. You did the thing. You covered the beat two option, right? You
Yeah.
read his dash nets. Nice. See how you play invincibility. I think you should land on top platform here.
Mm-hmm.
feel like what ends up happening is if you land on the ground here, he's actionable, so you always have to dash back, and then you just end up in the corner. Or
Yeah.
you're like risking getting hit, which is probably what should have happened, but something like kind of weird ended up occurring. But yeah, you should always like land on top platform here so you can actually play the game instead of like being disadvantageous. Mm. I think that shield was good, but I feel like the full hop was not good.
Yeah.
I think,
And I think I realized that, and that's why I had
and
to
then
double
that's why you
jump.
double jumped, right? I
Yeah.
think what would have made it what or like how you should have played this position is that you did a thing where you shielded to check and you realized he was dashing back, but you could also just wave dash down, right?
Yeah.
Because it seemed like you wanted to be in the spot that you were in, but you just wanted to be actionable because you know you're in shield. But then you realize that like, oh man, I'm like full hopping, so I'm now super vulnerable. So I need to like, get out of there. But if you wave dash down, you get to achieve that and you know not feel like you're gonna get hit. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Um, this is fine. Neutral. Dash dancing here is fine. I feel like no, that makes sense. Okay, the second one was very lazy. I think that one made sense, but at this point, you have to like, since he like didn't bite, and I feel like you could have just seen that he was like doing a drill, and or not doing a drill, but short hopped, and then like decide to like, you know, maybe do dash forward full hop, or maybe like do dash forward wave dash down and bait out a spot dodge or something. But like this is like an opportunity to like be aggressive, right?
Hmm.
But you like dash back, right? And you just miss like your reaction point essentially, and kind of autopilot full hop again. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, and I think spawns like these in the Foxy though, especially, are really important because it's not often you have an upper. Like this is unironically, this is the one spot that I was talking about where you actually can whiff punish jump on reaction, and
Hmm.
it's because you're standing still, right? You're standing still actionable right now. Well, he's landed, so you could see that he's landed, and like you get to make a decision, right?
Yes.
Because you were full hopping. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is like actually the one situation where it's like you get to do a thing, whereas other like generally you don't actually get to like be as like intentional, not intentional, but as like precise, I guess, with your decision making. You knew what was happening, or you could have known at least. I feel like this is the second time where Trent's kind of put himself on the platform like haphazardly, and you've like fully disengaged. But I feel like I see the Fox jump on the side platform with his back turned to me, and I'm like, okay, I get to play corner pressure now, right?
Hmm.
Because like, what's stopping? Like, I know in the moment it feels like, oh man, I gotta like reset or whatever, but it's like this isn't a good position for Fox. Him being on platform doesn't like let him, attack you aggressively in unreactable ways they didn't have before or something, right? It's still like he's just simply in the corner. So
Yeah.
like doing something like dash back shield and full hopping would have been good, or like you know dash dancing and like maybe like reading the second beat, for example, on him, falling from the platform. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously you messed up. You definitely meant to dash forward at some point, but I don't know if you meant to be aggressive or were intending to be aggressive, or if you're just gonna dash dance. This was cool. I think that was good. This is the thing that you're talking about before, where it's like you're dash dancing, but you don't really feel like you have a purpose. But like doing a long dash back is like this is how you set up this kind of position, right?
Mhm.
This is how you get to do because happened. You got really close. He saw you dash forward and was like, "Oh man, I might get hit," and so you do this long dash back to set up the timing for him, getting baited by your thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So on the dash in here, you dash in at the same timing you did, but you would like do a grab or something, right? Yeah. Um, this is a spot where I feel like you also get to what's it called? Whiff punish, like a short hop on reaction to the jump. Since you were like already spaced for it and he was shielding, he couldn't have actually hit you from that position. So like you could have just seen that he like did a thing that dropped his shield and then just like dash back grabbed as fast as possible, I feel like.
Hmm.
Yeah. I feel like your idea here was pretty good. Like do this, go on top platform, dash back shield. But I feel like once you got to this point, you like stopped reacting. And so you just kinda saw that he was kind of in that area, but didn't like think ahead. Because,
Hmm.
he's obviously not going to be in this exact spot by the time you hit the ground, right? It takes a while for you to get there. Um, so I think, something like empty landing would have been good. Or maybe even staying on the platform and like doing like wave dash back and then shield dropping, right? But I think
Hmm.
trying to like exactly attack this spot doesn't really accomplish anything since, given how much time would it, taken for you to like end up in a spot or for him to like for you to end up in that spot, he would have already moved, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you could have drilled out of your full hop. Yeah. Pretty often, almost almost every time when you like miss your like tech chase read and they like miss tech roll or whatever past you, you generally don't actually get like a punish. So you should treat this spot more like a mix up. Because you definitely did the thing where it's like, oh, I should have time to like dash back grab, but as we see, it's not even close. Actually, you don't really have time. One, two, three, four, five, six. Right, you were 4 frames into your action. Right, so that means you had a pretty big window to shine. Um, so I feel like once you see spots like these where you like maybe drop your tech chase and you're not positioned, you should like treat it more like a mix up because it is. It's not like you don't have a true punish, right? Not anymore. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Mhm. Nice. Sh- Oh, you could shield drop shine or bear this. Most aerials that people do on the platform like this, you could actually shield drop bear it because since shield dropping, you don't have to go through jump squat. You actually like you see how you going through jump squat, bear would be hitting right now, right? If you were shield dropping.
Hmm.
So, because bears, frame four, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You see how many frames you like had to like still hit them. So like doing shield drop bear on a lot of like aerial pressure that people use on side platforms is really good. It's as fast as shining a shield to the ground, right?
Hmm.
Because it's 4 frames. So it's really good to like be or have good tech skill in these spots. Because if you don't, look at what happens. You get a back air and he CCs it and nothing happens. When you could have gone a true whiff punish, that couldn't have gone CC'd because he was in like lag, right?
Yeah. And then he is knocked off stage, and then I actually get to like get a good scenario,
Yeah.
basically.
Good invincibility. That's fine. I think this was really good. You did the thing. You were like close to the corner, and then you did a really good job. You wave dash to set up a spacing, knowing that you'd be at the edge of his threat range, and then play neutral from there. I think drilling was really greedy for what it's worth.
Is this one of those spots where like maybe short hop up air would be good?
No.
No. Okay.
I think short hop up air against fogs. The only ways I use short hop up air against fogs are in positions where I'm reading him shield dropping, positions where I just clipped him with something and I think he's gonna like jump, so I hit him before his jump like even gets to start going up.
Hmm.
It's like you hit him like a bear before like knockdown percent, and you're like, I think this guy's gonna jump in the scramble, so you just do like dash back short hop up air,
Hmm.
just because it'll like hit him because he's jumping. And I use it. And sometimes, not often, but I use it when they're like shielding on a platform, and I'm like, it's the spot where it'll poke, or it has a chance of poking.
Yeah.
Those are the only times I use it against Fox. Fox doesn't like end up like on top of it all that often, and I think there's
Hmm.
better ways to play it out. Because if you see him full hop, something you could do that's way more reactionary is you could just up smash. If you have the read and you know he's full hopping and you know his drift, why not just up smash, right? You have
Yeah.
however many more frames to react and actually make sure you hit it. Whereas when you up air, you kind of don't actually have that 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 freedom with it. You're kind of committing pretty early. You might not even be able to see him full hop. Who knows? I haven't tested it. Oh, now that I think about it, looking at this spot, this drill is a drill grab position, by the way. Look how many like hits of the drill you get. It's really juicy. One, one, two, oh, four, yeah. Drill grabbing
Yeah.
spots like those are really good.
How many hits of drill do I need to make it? It's like the last hit that makes drill grab guaranteed, right?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Because there's like a lot of times where I would try to do it in those spots and he would just spot dodge.
Yeah.
I guess did I hit the last hit there?
No, you,
Okay.
yeah, you hit slightly too early. But I think since it was such a clean drill, like in terms of you got so many hits, I think it is not a bad spot to drill grab, especially on Yoshi's where you shine him and he goes to ledge, right?
Yeah.
Like him getting sent to ledge sucks. Um, this is something that you should probably test. I don't know how much you know how to use 20xx. Do you know how to use it enough to like test the position?
Not too much.
Okay, I want to test something with you once we're done watching this match, because I think
Okay.
this spot comes up really often where you up tilt a shield, but they're spaced too far away to like shine out a shield it or shield grab it, so they have to like either jump or they have to do like a jump action like wave dash or full hop. But what's it called? You don't like, or well, they have to do it, and you want to like hit either one. And I think there might be a timing that hits both this full hop and the wave dash forward.
Okay.
And we'll, I want to look at that. Oh, again, honestly, this is like another spot where it's like you can't react to anything. Like this is just not. By the time you see, you're already too late. And I don't
Yeah.
even know if you reacted here, which says a lot. Because if you're reading and you still missed it, it's like, doesn't that kind of show how really, really hard it is to hit him in this spot?
It is. It does. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, because it's like he's not in a good position either. So if you play positioning a lot more, you'll realize that, oh, I just get to keep playing the game and it'll be a lot easier. Which I think is a thing that people get like kind of people like forget when they play the Ditto, but when foxes like do a lot of unreactable things, generally they'll end up in like a pretty bad position afterwards. And if you like play for positioning instead of like trying to just hit them immediately, they will end up getting hit by proxy of having less options available, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, and that's like a very big thing because if you look at here, it's like, what's he gonna do? Dash back? He doesn't have that much space to dash back. What's he gonna do? Full hop? His full hop doesn't do anything. He's not gonna hit you with it, right? The only thing he could do is drill and then immediately dash forward running shine, which wouldn't. I mean, it hits you dash dancing there, but if you do any button, full hop, up smash, short hop drill, wave dash back, action, you just destroy it, right?
Yeah.
So again, another spot where it's like the risk reward leads so heavily in one direction that's like you don't have to like it's like not the biggest risk in the world to not play around, right?
Yeah.
Good grab. Good wave dash down. Unlucky. I feel like your tech skill
Yeah.
was pretty bad somewhere.
My controller is broken partially, but
Mm-hmm.
I think it's. I think I just need a new one. But yeah, I mean, I can still. I've been practicing stuff again,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I've just noticed that I think my controller's like broken. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good wave grab. You can short hop up air. Around this percent, once you get to like the 40s, up to 50, I think using short hop up air is really good at an up throw. It's like you could do
Hmm.
dash back, short hop up air right here, and hit it. It's not like
Yeah.
you just do it like at the normal timing. You do like a short hop up air,
Okay.
and it would work. And on no DI especially, you could just do short hop, rising up air, whatever, and
Okay.
you'll hit. And it's better because they go higher, so they don't land on top platform like this, which is what makes up tilt really bad. Is because if they DI this like the right or the left, they just land on the platform, and you have to do a tech chase. If you do up air, they just go above the platform and you get a guaranteed second hit. And it's the same for top platform where you get a guaranteed second hit. Whereas all the up tilts, you essentially have to tech chase, right? Which is
Yeah.
pretty bad. That was pretty bad. This is kind of the same position before where you're like on top platform shield dropping, but it's like, you don't have to shield drop here. The way you get out of shield is like you can wave dash too.
Yeah, I think that's a lot like one of my bigger problems when I'm on platforms is like I always think like when I'm on a platform I need to shield drop off.
Yeah, but you can always wave dash. You can keep holding shield. You could shore hop. Like you have options. Kind of have to play it like you do. Cover high. Everyone goes high there. Oh, oh. For what it's worth, you definitely should have gotten hard bear on this high angle. You like did it improperly. You have to back her later.
Mm.
I also think that well, it's net play, so it's hard to say. I'm not gonna blame you for missing a punish on the side B. Up smash, good up smash. Nice. See, you did the shield. This is really good. You thought he was going forward. You were like, oh, need the shield, and then you were able to like play the game afterward. Hmm. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think you could have maybe like grabbed or up smashed to
Mm.
like after the spot dodge and like gotten like a true punish. And in this spot, it's pretty important, right? Because if you get like a grab, you forward throw him, he could die. But you hit this shine, he just fast falls to ledge 100% of the time. You know? Wow, that was unlucky. Don't shield drop. Oh no.
See,
Again, yeah, you kind of do the thing, but it's like, you could always
I
just
literally
you could always just wave dash away or like short
yeah.
hop to the left or to the right. Yeah.
And then
Um.
I'm in a position where I have to do that.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to like make yourself have to do that. Back air. Um. I think the way you did this ended up not being that great, more because you left side be available. Because after this position, what you should do is you should short hop to the left and fast fall past the platform, so you have like the ability to like short hop bear the side B or something, right?
Hmm.
But with what you did, I feel like it's pretty difficult to like fall past platform and do a back air that like is timed well, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So if he side B's here, I probably get hit.
Yeah, right. Or maybe you fall the ledge and he side B's past you, which is like, that should be a guaranteed kill. Um, oh, it's just,
I fuck it.
coverage, good defense, good double jump to top lat. This was pretty bad not to fall to the ground. I feel like, given where he was in his dash dance, I'll pause when I like react to the situation or whatever. But I
I
feel
do.
like
I do see what you're saying. Yeah.
since like when you went down on him doing a dash back. Right? That's like the important part. Is the timing that you chose to go down, you would have seen him doing a dash back, which is what makes me think that like if I were to do like a shield drop at that timing, I'd actually be pretty safe unless he like full like assuming I did shield drop fast fall, I feel like I'd probably be pretty safe. At least I'd have the opportunity to shield worst case.
Yeah.
Since you shield dropped on him dashing back. And you know how it works in melee where it's like or how it works in anything in real life. It's just the further away someone is, or the further away something is, the longer it takes them to get to a certain point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just like the thing. So since he's dashing away, it would be like, oh, he, you know, what's it? He would take longer to the point where I could actually justify that decision. Nice, nice, cool. Um, honestly, well, no, we covered we didn't cover that many like ground game spots, but we did like a decent amount. I feel like do you have any thoughts on
Um, hmm, not particularly right now. No.
okay, how about we watch a Top Fox do it, and
Yeah.
we can just watch Direct Fox left in the set of the fucking century.
Yeah. I think I've watched that with Sammy already.
Yeah, it's just such an easy set to use because they're both very good at the Ditto.
Yeah. That's literally like the set Sammy showed me to teach me second beat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, because you never actually should play first beat. It just
Mhm.
means that
It's
you're
bad.
making a massive guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
But
inconsistent,
I think
nonetheless.
it's like my fighting game player brain
Hmm.
speaking to me like, hey, he threw out a move. I should be able to hit him for that if I'm.
Yeah.
But like melee is not anywhere near the same game.
Yeah,
And
melee is different. Sometimes you can't hit people for doing things. It's just how it goes. Okay. We could start on. Let's do a Dreamland game. Yeah, we could do the first one. I don't want to do Founded Dreams.
Happening.
Stage sucks.
sucks.
Yeah. Go. Nice. You see, he didn't
Yep.
attack first beat. He was like, oh, he running shined. I can see that he jumped, and you saw how it was the thing that I was talking about initially. Where if you let the person do their thing, you can like play the situation after, deliberately, and you got like a pretty
Yeah.
clean, dash dance whiff punish on the drill. Good up air again. Nice, good. Wow, really good slide off awareness. Oh, again, he does the same exact thing back to him.
Yep.
Oh, Fox shield being broken. Get this. Right there, right? He drills into the corner, and it's like, what's he gonna do? Hit a shield? Who cares? Right? Oh, he gets off the platform. He's in the threat range. He thinks he's gonna get hit. He shields. Guess what? He goes right past them, right? Like, shield is busted. Also, we see here, in terms of like beat one or two, he, Direct Fox, literally just lets him whiff over and over, right? Weird, weird. And then he like realizes there's a full hump, and he's like, okay, now I'm gonna like wait, and this is gonna be the one I hit him for. And you see, he's super ready to up smash the spot dodge.
Hmm.
It goes a little poorly because it's slightly too early, but it's like a good decision nonetheless. Nice, nice.
That's one other thing I think I struggle with is like I think I'm terrible at like placing like moves like up
Mhm,
tilt.
mhm.
Like I try to do wave dash back up tilt like that, but 9 out of 10 times I've always been hit for it, and like, and I'm pretty sure it's because I never am in a spot where like they would ever run into it.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I think the issue is the way that a lot of spots I see like that is when they go poorly, it means that you are not like the way that you generally do things like wave dash back up to or whatever is you pick a spot in the middle.
Hmm.
Well, I feel like generally why you get hit is that you pick a spot closer to them, but you want to pick a spot in the middle that where if they move forward they get hit, and if they don't move forward, nothing happens. That's what
Yep.
you want to like be the outcome. Nice. And again, we even see here he
Shielding.
does a drill. We see the shielding, but Sammy does a drill, Leffen does an up tilt, and they both just like they're done. Oh, Sammy doesn't try and punch the nair. He doesn't care. He's gonna keep dash dancing, right? It wasn't what he wanted, right? He did a drill, to cover dash forward, which is like totally normal because it's pretty safe, right? Given the spacing that they're at. because they're so far away. Oh, left and run him super hard. Nice. And again, we see here, Leffen lands from his aerial. Guess what? Sammy doesn't want that. He wants him to jump the platform, right? He hits the second option every single time. It's either he hits the second or he just doesn't engage. Nice. A big part of the matchup is also that once Fox is like at a CC percent or a knockdown percent, Nair is just like absurdly difficult to beat.
Yeah.
So this is like this is when you'd make the change from using like drill a ton to like you could spam Nair, honestly. Nair and Bear, and it's just really hard to deal with. Because Fox doesn't have range, right?
Yeah.
The thing that I also want to point out is we see Sammy give up space a ton, right? Like a lot of the time he's down to go really far away. You just have to play the like ensuing position intentionally too. And we see that most of the time when he does go really far away and Leffen's aggressive and he's not like, he's not trying to punish it, that he almost always just full engages. Or full disengages, sorry. Which is really important. We could go back to this spot earlier that I want to point out. Is it this spot? I think it's before this. Mm. Oh yeah, here it is. There it is. We see like literally he runs all the way away from center stage and he shields and he just like disengages. He goes back to center stage. It's like he does not care that Leffen drilled his shield and he could shield grab it or shine to shield it. He wants to escape, right?
Yeah.
And that's what makes like you like why running away or running away fully is good is that you could do it, be safe, and then like play for positioning and then like almost never get hit for it. Okay. Yeah, back to the Nairs. It's just impossible to deal with unless you shield it. Shield the goat option for real for real. Full hop's also really good. Full hop and shield are pretty similar.
But can you go back really quick?
Yeah,
Is that us? Wait, we'll look at one more.
that was just a read on Sammy
Gotcha.
short hopping.
Okay.
Yeah, he just thought Sammy would short hop there,
Okay.
and he did not. It's a pretty common spot for people to short hop, so really good on Sammy to like double jump the top platform and stuff.
Yeah, because like you said, like Bear and Nair, so like there's a chance he just short hop Nair or Bear's there,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Oh, look at this wave dash back up tilt. It's oh look at that one too, right? They're both the exact thing I explained. Where like you see the middle, there's a middle between them, right here, and look what happens. You see how, right? Like
Look.
it once Sammy moves forward, the middle shifted to right here, but both of the times his positioning was around the center point. You see,
Yeah.
center port's right there. Guess what? Sammy, full hops. He walks away. It shifts to right here, and guess what? Boom. He even does a short wave dash, like, because he knows that the middle point's right where it is, right? And we're going to see Sammy do the same thing. It's a bit faster, but the middle point thing right here, middle point. Guess what? Right here, right in the middle. You see?
Mm.
That's how it gets used. Also, funny that we talked about it earlier, but this is a short hop upper position out of up throw. And you see how up tilt kind of sus. You have to like tech chase off of it. Why would I want to do that? Or like if
Can
they're
you?
good, they could like
Can you
smash it up and land on the platform.
yeah. If he DS on it, can you still regrab there though,
Um,
or is there not enough time?
you mean on up throw?
Yeah, right here. Like after the up tilt. Oh no, he couldn't.
Oh,
He
after
regrabbed it.
this up tilt, I don't think he could have grabbed.
Yeah.
Maybe he could have if he like was really really fast about it, but I don't know how like reactionarily because Sammy did like DI down and away, which made it
Mm.
harder. Put him further away, put him closer to the ground. Good dash back down tilt. Really good. Um, We can just finish this game, honestly. It's not that bad. Yeah. Another thing that Sammy's doing that I really like a lot is whenever like an awkward corner position happens, he simply says, "I'm going to go into center stage," and it's just like being at center stage is just so much better than being in the corner, right?
Hmm.
Again, right here, he's just like, "I'm going to go into center stage," and you know what he does? He runs past them, and then now he's in center stage, and it's like, "Yep, that is really, 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 really good." Read. Oh, Nair. Yep, Nair is so hard to deal with. Good read. Grab. Okay, he's dead. Oh, he's not. It's a mix-up. Up smash. Oh, semi respected dash forward. What a coward.
Can,
I would
can you
never.
not conceivably cover everything there with like a
Um,
low bear?
you can't cover straight forward.
Just
If you,
oh yeah.
yep, it just goes. It's like right above your head, and he ends up in front of you in
Okay,
that
so he
spot
reads straight
specifically.
forward.
Yeah,
Okay.
you could either pick low and either be able to cover low high, or you read straight forward and are able to cover straight forward high and are safe from ledge. That's like pretty much the dichotomy.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, this is similar to the thing that I was talking about before, but like you see how far away he went to deal with ledge dash dash forward. So like you doing like ledge dash dash forward, wave dash down. Look at the spacing that puts you at. That's like the spacing, right? That's Fox's threat range spacing. So it's like that's kind of the thing that I was talking about, where it's like it's either he hits you right here, thinking you'll get bad gallant, or he hits you all the way back here. There's no like here. So this is like a spot where you could put yourself safely. You see?
Okay.
Now that's obviously assuming that he's reading you dashing back, right? And you're also making that assumption because it's a mix-up at the end of the day. But like, given that you play the mix-up out that way, this is how you should approach it. This is pretty interesting. Probably not the best. Covered low. Oh, Sammy actually did the thing that I talked about that I think is bad. He got too close to the edge, and guess what happened? He realized he had to go all the way away, right? And it's just so awkward. I don't think the position is necessarily bad, but it's just awkward. And I feel like you could like do the same thing but slightly further away, and like it's less awkward. Look at this percent. He's just fishing for Barrett and Nair, not really taking any risks. Left and mess up, and he gets grabbed. Oh, you see? Look at him. He literally ignored three drills in a row.
Because you didn't feel like.
He didn't want it. He didn't think he was gonna like. He didn't think he was gonna be drilling like that. So he was like, Why am I gonna try and hit anything?" He wasn't sure what was gonna happen, so he didn't like engage with it, right?
Yeah.
Oh
He
my
just wasn't
goodness.
comfortable
Yeah, he
with
is just
like.
not comfortable. Oh, see, he did sure hop upper the way that I said. It's just land moment. Hmm. Hitting people, falling through platforms with it, very good because you'll just like land on top of them. Please hit it. Okay, nice. Yeah, I mean that was like a pretty good show of like ground game being played, like pretty effectively, I think. Oh, do you have any thoughts or questions or anything?
Um. I mean, the biggest thing I'm taking away from this is like understanding like what I am looking for
Mhm.
when I'm playing neutral instead of like, oh, I see him throw out a move, I'm gonna try to like do something to it, right?
Yeah, yeah,
It's more like I am going to wait for something that actually seems like where I can play like the game
yeah.
instead of trying to like force myself in.
I agree. I think that's really good. That's a good takeaway. Um, I guess let me grab my controller stuff so we could do the one situation since we're here. I feel like
Yeah.
it'll be cool. I was gonna test it anyways on my own, so it'll probably just be good for you to get the information. Give me one
Yeah.
second. Okay, I'm gonna stream my dolphin. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay, Ethan, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just go through this really quickly. Let's do probably this spacing. That, and then set this up. Have it be me shielding. What the heck? What the heck? Oh no, it's a CPU, that's what it is. There we go. I forgot what I was looking for. Act frame perfectly, 2, 3, wave dash, and then a shine mode frame rate. I'll make it frame perfect. There we go. Boom. And then we need to make this do a second up tilt timing that actually hits the wave dash. Oh, it actually doesn't. I forgot. If you wave dash shine frame perfectly, you actually hit it. Oh. I forgot. Man, that just means you should up tilt shine, because up tilt shine is what's it called? Is it always what's it called? Like, wow, it was
They
a power
can't.
shield.
They can't punish the upsell if you shine after.
Yeah, yeah. I was having a moment because I was thinking about. There we go. And now it should not work. Oh, fuck. Yep, you get shined. And what this also means is that if they full hop, that is a short hop. The way this should work is you should be able to do shine, short hop, bear, and it should hit this full hop as well. I want to get the frame before. That's not normally how you'd time it. They'd time it definitely a little bit later, but regardless, the way that this position works out now is that if you just up tilt shine, short hop, then you can what's it called? You either hit them trying to do wave dash forward shine or whatever on your up tilt, and then if they full hop, you could just react to it and then decide to bear, which is how the situation should normally play out. Which I think sounds pretty good. 1, 2, 3. It'd be like, yeah, you time it where you'd get that. Yeah, this is like the exact. Yeah, so regardless, that is the conclusion. It was roundabout. I forgot that. What's it called? Double up tilt on shine isn't actually a
A
thing.
thing.
Yeah, I totally assumed it was. My lack of knowledge failed me. Okay, well, that's all I have. That we found a solution to a situation that you will just be able to win every time now. It seems lit. Okay, well, I guess if you don't have any questions, we could just call it there.
Um, yeah, I think I should be good for now. I think I have like a pretty good amount of stuff I really want to work on now.
Mhm.
And I mean, I've been playing only Fox Stows for like the last 3 days.
Yeah.
And like when you play a matchup so much, it's like I've gotten a little. I feel like I've gotten a little burnt out on it. But
Hmm.
like I'm starting to notice like how bad I actually am at it
Yeah.
because it's really hard. It's a really hard
I
matchup,
agree. I always talk about how hard it is.
and I think it's really hard to understand
Yeah.
on like a deeper
I think
level.
it's very complex. Given that so many of the things that Fox does are almost completely unreactable, it's like it's hard playing around
Yeah,
Fox with like because the whole thing is how people beat Fox is that they have better range than him, right? But it's
yeah,
like, what do you do to beat him when you don't? It's
yeah,
hard.
exactly.
He has good options. Yeah,
And like Fox beats like a lot of other characters just based pure on the fact that he is faster too.
yeah.
Like
But
you know,
guess what?
floaties.
You have the one Fox just as fast as you are,
Yeah,
so it's hard.
yeah. So I think I'm fine for now.
Mhm.
You're gonna post this recording, right? Because I might
Yeah,
rewatch it.
yeah. I'm gonna upload it as soon as I can. Probably right
Okay,
now. It'll
perfect.
take a while though.
Okay, okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go try to find someone to play.
Nice. Yeah. If you have any questions, you can always send me a clip, tell me the situation, whatever. But just let me know and I can answer.
Oh,
Yeah.
one quick question about like forward throw mix-ups.
Yeah.
So I know obviously the mix-ups are like from like when I forward throw, I'm probably gonna get a forward throw around like like I'd say like somewhere between like 20 to 50 usually is like where it's like harder to react. I'm guessing not react, but like have to play a mix-up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the mix-up is like they can jump back, side
Hmm.
B up B,
Yeah.
they can fall down, shine stall,
Yeah.
they can instant jump aerial sometimes.
Yeah.
So like there's never like a best option to choose. It's always gonna be like
It's just a mix up. It depends
it's just,
though, because
it's just like I need to make a read or like because when I was playing Trent, I noticed he either will jump back like sweet spot side B or jump back up B, and I would always just go shine the up B or go avalanche on the side B.
hmm yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's just a mix-up. You could either the way that I process it is if I'm close to ledge, like standing over the edge or whatever, when I forward throw or like close to that, is I either get to F tilt or dash attack the double jump, or I decide to either like do something like dash back shield, short hop aerial to hit dash like double jump back into side B, and also like double jump forward aerial,
Mhm.
or I decide to just like hard read it and just like hard read like a double jump backside B or up B, just like full hop shine it, right? And that's
Yeah.
like kind of the dichotomy. There's a bit nuances. Some positions will do something slightly different, but generally that's how you should approach it. And then you could just add little pieces once you like find solutions and stuff.
Mm.
And you could
Yeah,
always
because I
ask me
think
for that too.
the one I struggled with the most was definitely like just instant jump aerial.
It's just literally dash back short hop bear.
Yeah, that's
It,
what I thought.
yeah,
But sometimes it feels hard because like I'm right at the ledge.
yeah. It's I mean, you could also depending because it depends, right? If you're like right over ledge and you feel uncomfortable, you could always just like shield, and then you could
Yeah,
just jump shine out of shield when they like hit your shield, right?
and then they just die anyway.
Yep. So it depends because if you're further back, maybe it'll take more time for them to like hit you with the aerial, so you actually have time to do dash back bear, right? Dash back
Mm.
shield stop bear, whatever, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So there is like even there's a bit of nuance, but like generally you have like this idea of how it should work, and then you'll like build off that when you like find solutions.
yeah, okay. That's usually how I like to do it with the fourth throw edge guards.
Hmm.
And then just one small punish game question I think for FD.
Yeah.
Whenever I play Gooms, he does this thing where like he'll get me to like I think around like 70, and like, I don't know. He does the forward throw or not the forward throw, the forward air tech chase,
Yeah.
and I don't really know how to set that up.
Um,
because I don't really know the percent where like it's always going to be a guaranteed knockdown.
just go off 70. Just use 70 as your
Yeah.
number. 70 is like a good
Yeah.
percent to start doing it.
Okay.
Because if you get like
Yeah.
one or two reps of it, then
Up
by the
smash will
third
kill.
rep, yeah, up for up smash will kill on Fox. Falco, you could do it. I'd probably do it a bit later.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, that's about it.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
I'll talk to you later.
All right. Talk to you later. Thanks, Billy.
Yeah, no problem. Bye.
Bye.